The training guide. So for N'Golo Kante, just increase only defensive engagement. Defensive engagement is the most important value for everyone in our defense. As you can see, 102 defensive engagement for Beckenbauer, Gattuso 102. Literally everyone in the DMF have at least 99 or 102. So what I'm saying is that just train your defenders with maximum defensive engagement. It's not going to magically improve your defenders, but it helps. The main thing is how you move when defending. So for Perlo 2, we just give him high defensive engagement. Defensive engagement value actually works in terms of how your players react and positioning themselves, but it doesn't magically do anything. We're going to use long ball, and first opponent is using a 4-3-5 5 CF for his formation. And from previous videos, you realize that we tight mark the two strikers, but if you want, you can choose to tight mark. If you want, you can also choose not to use it. It's all about how you move your defenders, your players, how you move the directional stick. That's it. So you'd also have to account for lag and delay issues. All of those, when you account for it, you realize that you have to move backwards all the time. And then when you're so sure that you can actually enter and win the ball, even regardless of the lag, then you go inside. That's it. So you'd be moving backwards, but sometimes you'd be dragged forward. And we are 1-0 down. Let's do the comeback. So that goal is because of a lag. There is nothing I can do. I just didn't move backwards too much enough. Yes, I should have been moving backwards. There's nothing much I can do because it's not so smooth. That's it. So you just be moving backwards and make sure you're actually moving backwards, because sometimes you're not moving backwards. When you're moving backwards, you'd have to be changing the angle slightly to get the angle right. That is it. The defensive engagement is not going to magically improve your defense. It's going to help, but it doesn't magically improve the defender's abilities. Now, it just helps them position themselves better. It's way better than defensive awareness. Defensive awareness doesn't. Okay, defensive awareness does something, but it's not so much important when comparing it to engagement. So you have your high defensive engagement. So the next thing is make sure you're moving backwards, try to get the angle right, and absolutely beast of a team. Then the next thing, you have the true passing plus the wicked pass skill on your defenders, everyone, and you have an absolutely beast of a team. We'll try to make a standard card. I actually have a standard card version, but I'll make that video later on. I'll upload it later on, and we'll see how it goes. But this is it for the epic aspect. That is how we train them, and as I've said, all of them have the weighted true person skill, so I can just be spamming that weighted true person everywhere, and most of the time it's going to work. Sometimes it's not going to work, but it's the trick. It's the trick. Sometimes it works, sometimes if it's not so smooth, you are going to have difficulties. And let's give, okay, so we give a pass and we spam the lofted true pass. That was lofted pass, and we move backwards, try to get the angle right. You're moving backwards, but then you're being turned around, so you still have to get the angle right. The graphics quality could also help. I'm using high graphics plus low player graphics, high stadium graphics, low player graphics plus 60 FPS. If 60 FPS doesn't help, you can use 30 FPS. Yeah. So we move backwards and love troopers. And what is the opponent going to do? We didn't get the angle right, but our defenders are solid. They are solid. Solid are solid. That's what I'm saying, that the defensive awareness value It's not going to help you block the ball, but it's going to drag you. It's going to drag you to win certain balls faster. That is the benefit of the defensive awareness value. So, with that said, let's dive right into the second half. Move backwards. And I'm not actually moving forward. I am moving forward actually. But I've started to move backwards now. And you can enter now. And nice OP save by Pickford. And I wanted to do the lofted through pass, but control lag. So you'd have to be doing whatever is fastest given the situation. And let's do a pass. It will be fast over here. We can go, we can turn around through pass. And we got delayed actually. And through pass, even though it didn't work, we had to do something very quick. We move backwards now and try to get the angle right. You can give a lofted through pass, intercepted, and through pass, and a lofted through pass all the way, and easy. Comeback accomplished with our lofted through pass technique. Very, very effective. If you have phenomenal pass players and you have the weighted pass skill plus true passing, things are going to be very, very easier. And another true pass, goalkeeper came for it. And get the angle right. And clear over there because that's the fastest thing we can do. That's the fastest thing possible over there. It's about getting the fastest command possible. And we move backwards. These are what I'm talking about. When you're moving backwards, there are spaces being created inside your defense. So you still have to be tweaking the angle slightly a bit. It's not something difficult, but the only thing that would work out is if I don't know how to say it, but it's if you're actually moving backwards and then you're tweaking your directional stick a little bit and you're watching the opponent runs. That is the only way you'd get it. It's not that difficult, but it gets a little bit difficult when the match is not so smooth. And we cleared over there because that's the fastest command we can do. Fastest command. You'd have to give, most of the times, you'd have to give the command before your player gets the ball sometimes, because when he gets the ball, he's going to stand like there is a trap command that freezes him. There are certain situations that the player gets freezed. So to avoid that freeze, you just have to give a command before your player traps or receives the ball. And 84th minute. We have to get at least 2 more inside. You can also apply the trick with standing commands. That's also effective, but we are trying to give the fastest command possible, and giving the fastest command possible, you have to try not to add extra commands like the standing command, otherwise it would be delayed. In events that the match is very, very smooth, we can use the standing pass command, or even if you are using smart assist will do the standing command with the weighted pass plus true pass and skill. But the thing with smart assist is the finishing, when it comes to smart assist is very, very poor. So I prefer not to use smart assist. I like to finish on my own, and that is the third goal by Johan Cruyff. So that's it. Increase defensive awareness. I said no, not defensive awareness. Increase defensive engagement, but it's not going to magically improve your defense. It's going to help, but the main thing is the moving backwards, getting the directional angles right. And I don't know. I don't know when that I'll play next, but I'll see you in the next one, probably standard card version.